I am not a happy camper. They said out there that you're not supposed to laugh at the downfall of your fellow man or woman in this case. And I feel like oh my gosh, who was it back in the day? Oh, Teddy Pendergrass, whole town's laughing at me. That's what I feel like right now. Thank you guys out there for checking us out on Facebook, as well as YouTube, and Twitter. Willie Epstein Jr., Tisha C. Tisha, what's going on?
Oh, not much. I think we both have a little bit in common. I mean, coming off of losses, so it is what it is. Still here, smiling.
We didn't play last week.
I know. Well, but you're still coming off a loss. You've had an extra week to stew on it, so.
Yeah, and look at for all you guys out there that's watching. Sports Empire Facebook page, Shakeback Media Group Facebook page, YouTube for Shakeback Media Group and Sports Empire and Shakeback Media Group feed. Look at what is on my head. It is a Kansas City Chiefs Arrowhead hat, courtesy of. You raising your hand?
I did that.
You didn't do it.
I did.
You didn't do it.
Well,
You didn't do it. Okay. We're going to get to that here in just a minute and why I'm having to wear this hat. But just as I said, we should not benefit from the failures of others as I am having to wear this hat. I am going to benefit from the failure of the Kansas City Chiefs and what they did against the Buffalo Bills this past Sunday. Yes. So whatever the case may be, oh my gosh. Okay, enough of that. Let's just go get it. Here we go. Well, you already know what it is when you hear that music. It is definitely another episode of A Show Divided. She's Tisha C. She's hash Chiefs Kingdom. I am Willie Epstein Jr. I am hashtag Raider Nation, and I am wearing a Kansas City Chiefs hat due to a 30-29 loss to those Chiefs on Monday Night Football at the end of Week 5. The bet was that if the Chiefs were to win, I would have to wear a Chiefs hat until the next time the Raiders and the Chiefs played, and vice versa. If the Raiders were to have won, then Tisha was going to have to wear a Raiders hat until the next time the two teams faced off with each other. So after doing a little research and thinking that it was going to be probably in week 7 or 8 or 9 or somewhere in there, no. Now I got to wear this hat on this show until week 18 because that is when we play each other again.
I did say the rest of the season, and you said, no, yeah, it's pretty close.
That is the rest of the season.
Yeah, it is.
How are you feeling about and oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen out there, she did a good job on the selection of the hat. Do you agree? I kind of like it if it weren't for that emblem, but I like the black and I like the white outline or gray or whatever that is. Thank you, Tisha.
It's one of my favorite Chiefs hats. I love it.
Yeah. You have one like this?
I do not, but I want one for sure. Yeah.
Well, I know where you can get one from.
Yeah. No, you're hanging that on the wall. That's going up like a trophy.
Okay, so I have a question. So, would there be any opportunity for me to like what my dad used to say, double or nothing?
Absolutely.
We will be able to do double or nothing?
Sure. Yep.
Okay. Well, we have 11 weeks to think about it, or I guess I have 11 weeks.
You do. Yeah, exactly.
I'm not even sure if You know what? I'm not. Look, we
Can
got
we
the.
do a Kelsey jersey and the Kansas City hat? Come on.
Oh no! If
Yes.
look, if I have to wear anything else of a rival's paraphernalia, I'm gonna stop doing sports talk.
I'd be crying. That's all I have to say.
You be crying, laughing, yeah, but
No,
that's
I'm
okay.
saying if it was me, I would be crying.
Well, okay, because I'm not gonna do any more sports talk. That should make you cry too.
No, come on. It's all in good fun. Especially since I'm winning. It's great.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
Okay, we want everybody out there to chop it up with us. You can put a comment down below. You see where my finger's pointing? Down below, post a comment. Tell me what you guys think about this dang Chiefs hat, and let us know how is Tisha, is she rubbing this in, or is she being smug, or is she being real cool about it? We really want to know your thoughts on this. I feel like I got a the thing that goes on your head for a lobotomy where they suck your brain out. I think that's what this thing feels like. And as Tisha and I were discussing in our pre-production meeting, she asked me, how did the hat feel? And I said, I need to go run through a car wash because I feel so dirty.
And I literally laughed out loud and scared all of my cats off. It was hilarious.
Yes, there's some
Poor
scaredy
things.
cats.
For sure.
Wow.
Wow.
What do you got to
Beautiful
say?
hat.
I'm gonna listen. What do you say? Let me ask you this: how does the hat look on me right now?
Oh, it looks great. Everybody can pull off Kansas City. Colors, logos, whatever. And you're doing a good job at it. Yes. Hey, like I said, I almost went totally obnoxious and got the bright yellow, bright red, just the whole ordeal. But hey, that one's much better.
Do you
And it
really
looks
think
great on
that
you.
would have made me feel any better?
That's why I didn't do it. Not just terrible.
Do you think that wearing that would have made me feel any worse?
That's why I didn't do it.
But what I'm saying is, as long as this, let me see if I can get closer to. As
Yeah.
long as
Okay.
this is on anything I have to put on, you know what? I might get run out of Raider Nation for this. I got 2 podcasts, right? I have the CTE
Yeah.
podcast, the Commitment to Excellence podcast with myself and Spotlight, Darion the Spotlight. And then there's Raiders Weekly with Steve and Phil. They're gonna see this. And I don't know how they're gonna react. I don't know if they're going to even want to do a show with me anymore. Now I'm glad that the wager, Tisha, was not that we had or that I had to wear a hat or this hat on every show that I did.
Well, don't give me ideas. That's terrible.
I'm not agreeing to that. You talking about don't give me no idea?
Situationally, I made a good bet. I was pretty confident. I mean, you should never bet something you're not willing to lose.
Oh,
That's why I don't
really?
bet money.
Is that what you want? That's where you want to go right now? Yeah, no, it's too late. You already went there. So let me open up the screen a little bit because I need to make sure that I see all of your reaction when I post this.
Oh no.
Yeah, you started it. Mm-hmm.
I did.
So you're telling me, you just said to me and the international audience that's going to be checking this out that I should not have made a wager that I was not willing to, or was whatever you said. Aren't you the same person that told me on the last episode that we did this that you were on the border of turning off the game several times?
Oh, it was so frustrating, but that's what makes it good. I mean, that's how we play, especially a Raiders game. That's what makes it fun. I was just pretty confident we were going to win, and
no, you weren't. Don't make me
not in the moment, but we still did.
No,
so it was a great game. Don't get me wrong.
Confidence doesn't wane that quickly from game or within the game. Either you have faith in your squad or you don't. Now,
well, I did clearly. Doesn't mean they don't make me mad. They make me mad all the time. It's very stressful football. I have come to find out I like stressful football teams. I don't know why. because I prefer to just have one that wins all the time, but that's not how it goes.
Well,
So
what football team wins all the time other than the Miami Dolphins from like 1973 or
no,
whatever it
yeah,
was?
nobody anymore. Well, I mean, you had the Patriots run there for a long time, and I'm not saying they always won, but they had a good run. I've never been a Patriots fan, probably because I don't like playing against them, or didn't.
Well, didn't.
Not really that scared anymore.
Yeah, because right now look, Mr. Zappy is making everybody happy out there in Northeast, or I'm sorry, in the Northeast, Boston and surrounding areas. Mac Jones, who? Let me see if I can find Mac Jones may be in danger of not ever seeing the field again. And we have seen this from Jack, the dude that you just mentioned. I think his name is was it Tim?
I
Was
don't
it
know. It's not really ringing a
Tori?
bell. I
Tori?
don't know.
Oh, Tom Brady. Yeah, we've seen this. We've seen this with him and Drew Bledsoe after Mo Lewis just crushed the chest cavity of Drew Bledsoe back in the day. And then next thing you know, you have a quarterback that has won 7 freaking Super Bowls. So Mac Jones, Mac Jones, Mac Jones. Okay, Mac Jones.
Okay.
Mac Jones. Wait. No. Get out of there. Mac Jones, they're going to extend that soft tissue injury a little longer, if you ask me. So that's just what that is. So what do you think about, because I don't know if you heard about this, but I want to ask you before we actually get to the Bills and the Chiefs from Sunday. Did you hear that Tom Brady went to a wedding in New York City on Friday night? And the game, of course, was on Sunday against a team that Tom Brady has owned over the years when he was playing with the Patriots, and that being the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they lost that game. Did you hear about Tom Brady attending a wedding?
I did not get that scoop. Let me have it.
Well, there's really not much of a scoop. He went to a wedding on a Friday night in New York. I don't know who it was that was getting married. It may have been Gronk. I don't know who it was. It may have been Julian
There's
Edelman.
like 12 Gronks, so it might have been one.
Yeah. So anyway, so he goes to the wedding, and ahead of the game against the Pittsburgh Steelers, who everybody and their mama picked the Buccaneers to win, they lose to the Steelers. He doesn't play well. The offense doesn't play well, and now he's getting shamrasted, or he's getting ramrodded in terms of criticism about why did he go to the game in the middle of the season, or why did he go to in the middle of the season like this? His team is already not playing well. He's got all these other things going on in his life. And also, did you know that him and Giselle have
Oh,
both
I know
hired?
that.
You know
Yeah,
that. Okay.
I'm well informed there.
So did do you think that going to this wedding in New York had an impact on the fact that the Steelers really beat up the Buccaneers on Sunday? And that game was in Pittsburgh, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think any game comes down to one player. Tom Brady is no, hold on though. And here's what's happened. Stop. You asked for my take. I'm gonna give it to you. Oh my god. I was like, is he red? Listen, I loved a dog on him as much as the next person. Don't get me wrong. Here's what happened. So when he left New England, when he left the Patriots, he like literally, and when especially when he went to the Buccaneers, I was not. I'm just like, really? Okay, fine. He actually gained like a ton of personal freedom. And I don't think he's used to that at all. So I feel like he's kind of digressed a little bit. He was held to a super, 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 super high standard in New England. You cannot disagree with that. I mean, he was not allowed to go on family vacations, not allowed to do, I mean, a ton of things to make sure that he stayed in, peak performance. No, we're not chancing anything. So he got a little bit of freedom when he moved to the Bucks. And I'm not saying I don't know, but he's definitely different. I've disliked him his entire career, but can see him since he's moved. He's more human. I mean, you can't deny it. He's more human. He's doing funny, commercials or skits. I think he's just trying to break out of his shell a little bit. I hate the fact that it's caused issues, in his marriage, but poor guy's just trying to live a little bit. So am I mad at him for going to a wedding? No, he lost. That's great.
Oh, wow. I mean, That's a very cool take, actually, and I'm thinking that you know what, there's something to that because we all know about the Patriot Way. We don't know what the Patriot Way, what it all includes and how intense it is because we obviously are not football players or on that staff or what have you. But that's
Had
the
you ever
same thing.
seen him drink a beer until the Buccaneers won the Super Bowl? I mean,
Really?
honestly, no.
Wow.
And they were partying, throwing the trophy from, boat to boat, having a good time. Yeah, I mean, I just don't think he's ever really got to let loose. Not during season, anyways.
Yeah, that's very interesting. But I have a question though for you, Tisha. Um, when they were throwing that trophy from boat to boat, what team was it that they beat?
Hmm. Just glad it wasn't us acting like that. That's all I gotta say. Although our Super Bowl parade was pretty bomb. It was awesome. I won't lie. And
Did you
we
go?
no, but of course
Oh,
I watched it. It was like, oh my god, I wish I could have gone. I say that. I don't know. It was nuts, but we did a pretty good job.
but my question was,
I, check that hat out, man. I know your question. I got you.
oh,
They
oh,
whooped us. Oh, it was
oh,
awful. Yes,
okay,
he
okay.
deserved to chug a beer.
Yeah, I mean, and rightly so. But I,
Yeah,
I just I just think that, in all seriousness, I think the points that you said were right on because it's kind of like a kid that has been dragged to church every day of the week for all of their life, and then they go off to college away from home, and they're like,
yep, gonna go a little bit crazy because you don't know how
yes.
to handle it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's my
So
outtake on it.
yeah, that's pretty interesting. Okay, so let's get to we got about 15 minutes left to go on the show, so we're gonna spend the rest of the show right here. Let's talk about the Buffalo Bills. They go into what is it, GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium,
Yes.
and the much ballyhooed, the well documented, the much anticipated rematch of last year's AFC divisional round, where of course the Kansas City Chiefs, on the strength of like 116 points in the last minute of the game, when they defeated the Buffalo Bills. Of course, it went to overtime and yada 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 yada.
Super
Oh my lord!
controversial. Yep, we know it.
Yeah, I hate them, by the way. But and that game was the source of a rule change that was put in place, making sure that each team gets an offensive possession in overtime, no matter who scores first or how. That was crazy. I mean, one game, this game, and I think that speaks to the intensity of this rivalry. That speaks to the great quality of both of these franchises, and the two great quarterbacks that, in my opinion, are going to go on to be just that, all-time greats, before it's all said and done. But this
I
particular
agree.
game, the Kansas City Chiefs dropped the decision to the Buffalo Bills 24-20. I know you did. Now, let me ask you this, because you said in the last segment, or I'm sorry, in the last show, that you were wanting to turn off parts of the Raider game. Were there any parts of this game that you wanted to turn off?
Oh yeah, like interceptions in the end zone. You can't do that. It's frustrating. That's not good football. I though listen, I was more hyped and like emotional about the Raiders game than I was about the Bills game because as I told you going into it, I feel like it was the right time of the year for a loss, and I feel like they definitely could pull it off. It's not like it was a super super ugly loss. I mean, any loss is ugly. I'm not gonna lie. Super disappointing. I mean, we didn't play well. We lost. It is what it is. But hopefully we can play mad again next time. I think we do really really well when we have something to prove. So we'll see.
Well, I don't care about that right now because uh Josh Allen, 27 of 40, 329 yards, 3 touchdowns,
Out
no
there jumping
interception.
hurdles. Yeah, that was a dude, not a
Yeah,
hurdle.
and one hurdle over, who
Yeah,
was it?
I don't know.
It wasn't the rookie. No, it was a cornerback. I can't remember who it was. Patrick
Not looking
Mahomes.
it up.
Patrick Mahomes, 25 of 40, 338 yards, 2 touchdowns. Did throw 2 critical interceptions. He actually was sacked 3 times and was pressured as well. I think this is the difference between this year's game, Tisha, and last year's game is one player. What player do you think I'm talking about for the Buffalo Bills?
You're gonna for the Bills. Oh,
Yeah,
I don't know.
Von
Who
Miller.
is it? Oh, yeah, I could see that.
Von Miller is the difference between this year's Bills team and last year's Bills team because he is a one, and I honestly think that Von Miller may have lost a step. I didn't think he would be the dominant Von Miller that he was when he was asking Cam or telling Cam Newton back in that Super Bowl, "I'm your daddy," because he was draped all over him. And if you remember, I don't know if you remember, but Cam Newton was the #1 overall pick, and Von Miller was the #2 overall pick in that draft, and he was the single biggest difference in this game, and from this year to last year. And then what is wrong? Why won't I don't understand why Andy Reid and Eric sleeping with the Bieniemy will not run the football. The Chiefs only had 18 carries for 68 yards.
Yeah, I really expected we were going to do a lot more of that. It's frustrating. I don't know.
But I'm saying that in this particular game, last year they had, I mean, not last year, last week against the Raiders, they had a little bit more success, but that was of some big runs there at the beginning of the third quarter. But this Chiefs team is not, they're not putting any on the running game. I think Buffalo and even the Raiders to a
Singletary.
degree
Ah.
said, yes, look at you reading my mind. Who
Oh,
are
yeah.
you?
Well, it's all I heard. Singletary, Singletary, Singletary. I'm like, gosh, it's frustrating.
Yeah, but the Bills and the Raiders to a degree actually gave, I think, the NFL a blueprint. If you have an offensive line that is somewhat physical and you have a running back that can run between the tackles and outside, and you can be effective with that, you can cause some problems for the Kansas City Chiefs, particularly now this year because there's no Tyreek Hill and they are not nearly as explosive this year as they were last year.
Well, and the only thing bad about getting 4 touchdowns in one game, 4 in one game, is you're not going to get one in the next if you're playing somebody smart. So,
yeah. And Leslie Frazier, although he took it on the chin multiple times after that playoff game last year and deservedly so, he came out with a different game plan. And I'm telling you, that game plan that he put together for the Chiefs, you could tell that it was a stark difference, a night and day difference between a Kansas City Chiefs team that had Tyreek Hill and a Chiefs team that did not. You could tell. I mean, it was evident.
I mean, we're still learning. We're so new. We're still learning. And it's a learning curve. So you learn. You come back. You play better next week. You just figure it out.
Yeah, and the thing is that I think because even the Raiders did it to a degree. They blitzed a little bit more. Your defenses are not going to be nearly as afraid of the Chiefs without Tyreek than they were with him. That's just an obvious fact. Because there's no speed element there.
You know who else we heard from a lot was Juju. I mean, I hate that we lost because I think he had a decent game. He's gotten more recognition this last game. He got more opportunities. I think he has a great opportunity to be a great player, but I hate it when he goes out and does good things and we still lose.
Yeah, and I was actually getting ready to get to that. We're going to go back to the running stats. Devin Singletary from the Bills, 17 carries, 85 yards. I swear it seemed like he had way more yards than that.
Josh Allen did, yeah.
Yeah, Josh Allen, 12 carries, 32 yards. For Kansas City, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 9 rushes, 33 yards, 3.7 yards per attempt. Patrick Mahomes, 4 carries, 21 yards. And then from there, it just disappeared. Buffalo Bills, Stephon Diggs, who ate their lunch.
I'm a huge Diggs fan. I can't lie.
Stephon Diggs, 10 catches, 148 yards, 1 score. Gabe Davis, you remember him, right? He's the one that caught the 3 touchdowns against y'all in the playoff game last year.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, how could I forget that?
3 catches, 74 yards, and a score. Dawson Knox, the tight end, who is on my fantasy league team, but he hasn't shown up really all year. He catches the game-winning touchdown. He has 3 receptions for 37 yards and that one score for Kansas City. 5 receptions, 113 yards for Juju on 5 targets. Travis Kelce, no touchdowns. Can you believe that? 8 receptions, 108 yards. McCole Hardman, 3 catches, 42 yards, and a score. And from there, I mean, that was pretty much it. So
Hardman caught a couple bombs, man. I mean, I hate that he did. He caught a couple of really good passes for him.
So tell me about this kid, Sky Moore. Is he a running back or is he a wide receiver?
He's whatever we're gonna make him into. What do you mean? However, we can mold him into the best Chiefs player ever. That's what he will do.
Okay, because I know I know that he's listed as a wide receiver, right?
He's eager though, man. He's eager. Did you? So at training camp, he like kind of, I don't want to say bully, but like pushed his way up in like in the like when they're watching video in the video room. So he like kind of pushed his way up. So he sat right behind Mahomes, and it was so he could literally like pick his brain. He was like, okay, I don't understand what you mean about that. Why do you want it to be like this? And so he's just moldable. I think he's hungry, man. I think we're gonna do something really good with him. I hope he's willing to learn, willing to listen.
Apparently, he's supposed to have that type of speed that we're used to seeing from I almost said Kyrie Irving, from Tyreek Hill. Boy, that's something else in itself right there.
Gotta keep them shows together.
Yeah, I know, right? And then I had put something on Twitter earlier at Shakeback Media Group. NBA season starts on actually tonight. Who's going to play more games this year, Kyrie Irving or Anthony Davis? I put that out there on Twitter, so y'all go out there and vote on that. So let's get back to this football thing. And the reason why I was asking about Sky Moore is because I know he's a wide receiver. I know they have him as that's what he was at Western Michigan. But the reason why I was really poking fun at him because I've never seen a wide receiver wear number 24.
Okay.
That's a running back number or a quarterback number. So
you never know. Honestly,
yeah, I mean,
I'm just excited to have him. I think it's new.
He's gonna be the ultimate replacement for Tyreek. I do believe in.
Really?
Look, when you have because they say he's got that kind of speed. Now, I don't know if he can run routes like Tyreek Hill. That's gonna come in time, I guess.
Yeah.
But
he's willing to learn though, so let him eat. Figure it out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Once again, this is a show divided, powered by the Shakeback Media Group, presented by the Sports Empire Network. Tisha C in the building. Willie Epting Jr. with some extra apparel. This freaking Kansas City Chiefs hat.
It's so beautiful.
Mm-hmm. You got my wife on your side. I don't know why. I mean, it's like the whole world is against me and the Raiders. It kind of reminds me of the Tuck game. When everybody out there knows that it was a fumble, who was the beneficiary? You know what? That was the reason why I had a 20-year grudge against the New England Patriots. Rightly so.
Definitely a fumble.
Yeah, it was a fumble. And then Tom Brady even admitted that on Inside the Huddle or Inside the Arena.
Oh yeah, and then he made TikToks about it. Like, really? I mean, come on, man.
Mm-hmm. And who knows? That could be this karma thing that's coming back to bite them. I don't wish nothing like that on no man or woman or family for that matter.
But statistically, I mean, you can only do so good for so long. You're bound to have, which sucks because the next time we play you guys, I mean, we've whooped you too many times. So it's due. It's due. You're due to win. I won't be betting on the next game.
Wait a minute. You said earlier that I could do. Wait a minute.
We have to. There's other games. It's not going to be that game. You're probably going to win.
Other teams don't. Okay.
I'm just kidding.
What's your feelings about the Dallas Cowboys?
What about them?
No,
I'm shocked. I actually said that I thought they would have a decent year. I just didn't know it would be with a backup quarterback. So I think they're going to do okay.
No.
I would not bet on the Cowboys. That is asking for trouble. No.
Okay.
That's terrible.
Okay, so maybe, well, I'm just going to say we could pick our team's biggest rival, but that's each other.
That's each other, exactly. Like I told you, I was way more upset watching the Raiders play than the Bills. I was like, whatever, if the Bills beat us, they deserve to win, and they did.
Okay, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look at the schedule because since you're saying that we can't wager on the last game of the year, of which the Chiefs very well could be playing for something. I know that we could very well be playing for something because we may need that game to get into the playoffs
Right.
if we can turn this thing around. Okay, we got a comment. My big homie George Bendicky, always checking in, man. George, appreciate your support. He says Kansas City swag. What's next? George, you are no longer invited to watch this show. Any other shows on the Shakeback Media Group, you are no longer. No, I'm just joking. George is
That's great. That's a great
George,
comment.
George is 100 for real.
Oh, thank
Just
you.
one of those things where just like you and I, we've never met in person, but I feel like I know this dude, all my life.
That's
Okay,
great.
so let me do this real quick because we went through the score. We went through the nuts and bolts of the game itself. Patrick Mahomes throws that interception that's actually seals it. That was because of pressure from Von Miller. That's why I said he is the single biggest difference between this team's or this game and last year's game. Now I'm talking about last year's game that the Bills actually lost because they did beat y'all earlier in the year. It wasn't even close.
Mm-mm.
That's when Kansas City was I don't know, they were going through some stuff at that point.
Yeah,
But
that's
let me do this real quick because I want to see how we can possibly work this out since you have now said we cannot wager on the last game of the year. The Bills, I mean the Kansas City Chiefs have coming up the 49ers on Sunday. They have the Titans on Sunday Night Football. They have the Jaguars on 11-13, and then at the Chargers. And then home to the Rams, and then they go to Cincinnati on 12-4. I think we may have just found our game.
that's a scary one. Yeah,
Oh,
let's do it. Figure it out. We'll bet something on it. You can take your
all
hat
right.
off.
No. The hat stays on.
Okay.
The hat
I thought we
stays
were
on.
double or nothing.
No. Well, no, I'm gonna wear the hat for the remainder of the year, no matter
Respect.
what. But
Gotcha.
I gotta get you back, is what I'm saying.
Okay, let's do it.
I wanna honor my word and and the wager, and I want to make sure that I do continue to respect the fact that it is what it is. So I'm gonna continue to wear this damn hat.
That's the fun in football. Come on. I mean,
So we'll think of. I'm saying I'm something, but we'll think of something and come to an agreement. That game is what, another 5 weeks away.
yeah, something like
Let's
that. Hold
see,
on. One,
one,
two,
two,
three,
three,
four,
four,
five. I
six
think it's
6 weeks
it'd be
away.
like 6th week. Yeah.
Yeah, 6 weeks away. So we got plenty of time between now and then. And I will be continuing to wear this out. I think George has another comment out here. He says, "I have a question for your guest, tight end Travis Kelce. Number one, hold on. I gotta protect my girl here. George, she's not a guest. She's not a guest. She's a co-host. She's a co-star. Actually, she is the star. Look at her.
No,
Look at
no,
her.
no, no.
Look at me and look at her. Now you tell me who's the star. She's the star. Okay. I have a question for your guest, your co-star. Tight end Travis Kelce is a beast. What high school did he go to? I should know. He from Cleveland. He is from
From
Cleveland.
New Heights. Yeah.
What school is it?
It would be, I don't know, whatever high school's in New Heights. It's from
Shaker
Cleveland.
Heights? Is it Shaker Heights? Google that real quick.
I'm
Let's see.
Googling it.
She's gonna Google it, George.
And if you
And
haven't tuned in to his podcast that he's doing, it's phenomenal with his brother, Jason Kelsey.
wait a
New
minute.
episodes drop every Wednesday.
Wait. You can't promote nobody else's show before you promote your own. What are you thinking? You know what, George? You might be right. She might be just a guest at this point. I mean, coming with some nonsense like that. Are you serious?
No. What is it? Let's see here.
That was funny, wasn't it?
You know I'm always gonna promote Kelsey. There's just no getting around it.
Yeah, whatever.
It's, I don't know. All I'm seeing
Okay.
is New Heights Academy. So I guess, does that
There,
mean I was right?
well, yeah, there it is, George. New Heights Academy. Oh, Cleveland Heights. That's what he says.
Oh, Cleveland Heights. Okay.
Cleveland Heights.
What did
So
I say? New Heights?
cool.
You're right, Cleveland Heights. My bad, misspoke.
All right. So, Any thoughts on the upcoming game against the 49ers? I think Nick Bosa is on his way back, which bodes bad news for the Chiefs. That game is in Santa Clara. The 49ers are many people's hope and wish and prayer to get to the Super Bowl from the NFC. I'm not so sure, but
I'm
we'll
not
see.
super worried. I think coming off a loss, like I said, we'll play a little harder, try a little harder. I think that a lot of our star players, I don't want to say, I'm not going to name drop, but they take things like that super personally, losses super personally. And so, we have something to prove. So I'm not that worried about it. It's the 49ers. We've shown them what we can do before.
I want to say something to somebody real quick, Tisha. We just got some really not very endearing comments from somebody. I'm not going to even say their names or what their comments are, but what I will say this is that if you do not like anything that we are talking about here at the Shakeback Media Group and specifically a show divided, you can catch these deuces, man. We don't want or need that kind of support. And thank you for subscribing to the channel. But if you're going to bring that type of energy to this particular show or any shows that we do, I would ask you that you unsubscribe politely. We don't play that here. We're all about uplifting each other. We're all about encouraging one another. And we don't want to hear or see any of these types of comments out there. So you can politely excuse yourself out of the room, and you know who I'm talking to. All right, Tisha. So the Raiders have the Texans up in week 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever it is. As we talked about I think you need to turn your volume down a little bit too, just a little bit. Yeah. And just like we talked about on the Raiders podcast, this is a game that the Raiders have to have. Absolutely, unequivocally, have to have this game against a Texans team that we kill on paper. The game is in Houston, which really actually the game is in Vegas. So Davis Mills is the quarterback for the Texans. He's good, but he ain't great. And Raider defenses in the past have had a propensity to turn average-looking quarterbacks, Ryan Tannehill, into Hall of Famers. So we absolutely have to have this win. We cannot go 1-5. 2-4, I can see us trying to do something. 1-5, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to look for the nearest bridge. No. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do like AC Slater said on Saved by the Bell. I'm going to go to New York City. I'm going to jump off the Empire State Building, and I hope to catch my eyelid on a nail.
You're going to be fine. I'm not worried about you. You guys are going to do fine.
All right, Tisha. Any final thoughts? Don't say go Chiefs. Say something about the hat.
It's so beautiful. Absolutely love it. What a great color scheme. I mean, really, honestly, other than red and yellow, that's the best Chiefs logo. So good for you. Wear it well. You could wear it to work or shopping, or you're welcome to wear it, whatever you want to wear it. Just throwing that out there.
That wasn't part of the wager.
I know, but I'm just saying, you could opt to continue to wear it if you wanted to. I mean, I'd never know, but
okay. You said if I wanted to, so you just gave me an option, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't want to.
An option. No, I didn't think so. But I was making sure you knew that was an option.
I didn't want to know that. I didn't want to know that. I don't want to wear the hat, okay? That's what it is. Okay.
It's really good.
Well, it's time to go. For Tisha C, for this Kansas City Chiefs hat, for Ricky, who was a young boy, this is Willie Epting Jr., Shakeback Media Group, a show divided. Y'all take care of each other. Y'all hug each other. Y'all love each other. And we will holler at y'all again real soon. Peace. We out.